What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football bowl extravaganza. Thank you guys so much for your support and for watching. Let's keep cashing. It's been a glorious month. Let's get that paper. Wednesday, December 30th. So we capped both games that pop off tomorrow. Let's go. The Mayo Bowl. Wake Forest Deacons, 4-4 versus Wisconsin Badgers. This total at these licensed books is in between 51.5 and 52.5. If you're looking for a spread, Wisconsin opened at -7 at Bet365. They're now -7.5. By the way, the total opened at 55 at Bet365. Here we go. Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, 41 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 3 miles per hour. Wake Forest went a month between games due to positive COVID tests within the program. They lost on November 14th, 59-53 at North Carolina before losing 45-21 at Louisville December 12th to end their regular season. They scored 37 points per game, allowed 31.6, and they allowed 456.9 yards per game. Sophomore quarterback Sam Hartman completed 58.9% of his passes for 1,906 yards, 10 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He didn't take unnecessary risks. Number 1 receiver Jakari Robinson caught for 795 yards, 5 touchdowns. Number 2 receiver Donovan Green caught for 460 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has been dealing Donovan Green with an undisclosed injury. He's listed as probable for the Whiskey game. Running back Kenneth Walker ran for 579 yards, 13 touchdowns. He has opted out to prepare for the NFL draft. No worries. Wake has Christian Beal-Smith, who ran for 650 yards and 4 touchdowns and wants to be the number 1 guy. Wisconsin dealt with COVID issues throughout the season. They stopped their surprising 3-game losing streak with a 2017 overtime win at home over Minnesota to close out the season. Their defense was very strong all year, allowing just 15.7 points, 263.5 yards per game. It was their offense that was the problem, averaging just 10 points a game over their final 4 games. Freshman quarterback Graham Mertz, dealing with an upper body injury, listed as probable, didn't throw a TD pass over his last 3 games. On the season, he completed 60.8% of his passes for 8 TDs and 5 interceptions. And now we have COVID rearing its ugly head again. Jalen Berger is in quarantine right now. Their leading running back, he's listed as questionable. Seeing the market move towards Wisconsin makes me think that he'll be available. They have a long list of questionable players due to contact tracing protocols. Again, we're seeing money come in on Wisconsin, so these guys must be available. The leading receiver, 6'5" junior tight end Jake Ferguson, caught 29 passes for 284 yards, 4 TDs. He will be playing on Sundays when his career is over at the collegiate level. All right, boss, you were up first here. Boss, take it away. Wake Forest, Wisconsin.
Oh, let's go for it. So in this one right here, I like Wake Forest is doing on the offensive side of the ball, but they're mostly pass only. Wisconsin, this is a chance for them to get a little bounce back. They came off the win to Minnesota. They had a horrible season from what they thought they were going to do to what they're doing at this point. And but this number right here is really, really tricky. And, 7 and 6.5, I haven't been well on those numbers at all. It's a 30% chance of rain in this one, which is no big deal for a team like Wisconsin. So I heavily like Wisconsin. Is the line down to 7, or what's the line looking like over there?
It's up now. It's 7.5.
7.5. Now, see, I kind of like 7.5 a little better. But in this one, I think due to the poor performance on offense by Wisconsin in this one, and the great defense by Wisconsin, and the fact that Wisconsin played much better opponents than Wake Forest, I think that Wisconsin takes a hold of this one right here. Let's go for the contest. I'm going to keep it even right here because I might hit it on both sides. I'm going to go Wisconsin minus the 7.5. And I'm going to go under 51.5.
All right, let's see if I can get you a 7. I can't.
And I don't even think them two go together. Do they go together, Big Ragu?
What's that, buddy?
The Wisconsin as a side with the total as under.
That's the only way you like Wisconsin.
If you like Wisconsin, you got to go under?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like both of those right there. Put me down for both of those, Jimmy.
Wisconsin minus 106. You'll be glad to know that Gas Station is max betting Wisconsin at minus 7.5. Sorry, that's just minus 7.5. This total here, the best I can get you is up to 52.5 and minus 110 at BetMGM. 52.5 minus 110 at BetMGM. I'm going to lock in Big Boss with that, and we move over to John Ryan. Take it away.
Well, there's a big difference in strength of schedule here, too. Wisconsin is 43 on the SOS, and I have Wake Forest at 34.5. And Wake Forest we have a situation here, where I draw my Wall Street experience a little bit here. You have a Wisconsin team that's lost 4 in a row to the spread. The number of bets being made on Wisconsin each week are getting fewer and fewer, so people are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and probably for good reason, because they did score 40 or 49 points in that one game, and then they played 3 games in a row where they scored, I think, 26 total. So there is a lot of question here. Normally I would not bet this game, but this is fun with this contest, so I will be on Wisconsin, because I think I'm getting a situation here where Wake Forest, who has done well down the stretch, even though they lost the last 2 games, they've covered, I think, 5 of the last 6. So we have a team that's getting more people interested in betting on them versus a team that I think is better, getting less people betting on them. And that's why I like Wisconsin. Wisconsin is 35-13 after failing to cover the spread in at least 4 of their last 6 games. So that clearly supports them. And in terms of a system, I don't know if I actually have one, but let me just scroll down here. I don't have one for the game. But nevertheless, Wisconsin, I think, is the play here.
We have Big Boss on Wisconsin minus 7.5. We have John Ryan, Wisconsin minus 7.5 and minus 106, both available at FanDuel. Big Rigoo, take it away.
All right, so we talk about the schedules, right? With Wisconsin playing the tougher, no doubt there. That tough stretch where they played. Let me see. Let me hit my notes here real quick. Sorry, guys. But anyways, we know early in the season they had the 2 wins against Michigan, I believe was Illinois, and then they had Murderers Row come up for them, where they barely produced any kind of offense whatsoever. So the offensive struggles that they have, it's not attributed to it's attributed to a couple of things. Number one, they don't have the talent that they've had in the running back position. The offensive line is probably still going to be pretty decent here, and that's where they're going to put the screws to Wake, because Wake bleeds against the run. They've given up like 45 to Louisville and 59 to Carolina. And with the scheduling, I think they've only played like 2 times since the end of October. They had about a month off before they played Louisville, and then they had like about 2 weeks before they got to Carolina. And now they're off for another 2.5 weeks here. So they just haven't been able to. But they've done good with the number, though. See, that's the thing that's the real head scratcher here. I love betting Wake for a lot of different reasons, but I don't think this is a very good matchup for them. Just because the way that the other teams that they play to get to the number, they matched up well. Here is not a good matchup. That's the bottom line in this game. So Wisconsin is going to grind them out. It's not going to be a pretty day for Wake. I think we're going to see a lot of long drives, for Wisconsin. They're going to chew a lot of clock up. They're going to grind it out, and they're probably going to get the double-digit win here. So, and I kind of like the under too. So initially, I was all over the under. But the more I capped into the game, it's going to be a Wisconsin play for me. I'm not afraid to lay the 7.5. I think they win by double digits here.
Very, very interesting.
They're not going to have an offensive explosion putting the ball down the field, because I really don't trust Mertz's arm. I just think he's not as good as Cone. Cone is gone. He went into when he left. He's in the transfer portal system.
Yeah,
he's not coming back. So Mertz is going to be their guy, and they're going to have to develop him. When spring ball comes around, obviously he'll get some opportunities, but. To kind of, maybe bring some more talent in to help him out. But, throw him out like they did. He did what he had to do early. He got more done with his arm, actually, because the running back position wasn't as strong. So this is a team not looking for an identity, but just kind of looking to develop. And I think this game sets up right for Wisconsin to have a Wisconsin type of game.
Interesting. I have a real bias from watching Wisconsin play this year. And I'm not going to roll with you guys. So this won't be a group hug, but you will take me off of the Demon Deacons, also with Gas Station on the other side, which is fine. Which is why it's so helpful doing these shows. You guys are all on the -7.5 Wisconsin. Big Boss is on the under 52.5 -110. I'm going to be on the under 52.5 and -110 as well. That's available at BetMGM. I just can't trust whiskey after what's happened to them this year.